of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. And let's get right to it, shall we? So, everybody knows that Jimmy Johnson pretty much fleeced the Minnesota Vikings when he traded Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings for 10 million draft picks and a couple of players who wouldn't last beyond the 1991 season, okay? But actually, three players did. Three players did. I was mistaken when I said that Jesse Solomon and Isaac Holt were the only two players from the trade still on the roster in 1990. It was actually Darren Howard, Jesse Solomon, and Isaac Holt. Okay. So the Cowboys went 7-9 in 1990. Jimmy Johnson, coach of the year. Rocket Ishmael, who later on went on to play for the Dallas Cowboys later on in his career. He was projected to be the number one pick. Okay. And so the Cowboys wanted to make some moves. They wanted to draft Rocket mainly because Michael Irvin, who had been injury prone his first couple of years in the league, got injured in '89 and then missed the first 4 games of 1990. And I believe he had 20 catches for the year when he came back in 1990. He had 20 catches and I think he had 4 touchdowns. Okay. And which wasn't good at all. So there were people who were pushing for Michael Irvin to be cut. Guys like offensive coordinator David Shula, who they got rid of after the 1990 season. So Irvin was nearly cut. And plus, they were loaded at wide receiver. The Cowboys were loaded at wide receiver. You had Irvin, Alexander Wright, Kelvin Martin, well, maybe they weren't as loaded as I thought. So, but yeah. Not only did Jimmy Johnson fleece the Minnesota Vikings, but he in some ways fleeced the New England Patriots, okay, who were coming off a 1-15 season in 1990, okay. So, here's what the Cowboys did to get the first pick in the 1991 draft, okay. They suckered the New England Patriots. They fleeced the New England Patriots, whichever word you want to use, okay? But the Patriots traded the first overall pick to the Cowboys for a first and a second and 3 players, okay? And those 3 players were Eugene Lockhart, Darren Howard, and Ron Francis, okay? And there were some personnel directors around the league who privately said that the New England Patriots got fleeced. Okay. They had a guy by the name, the New England Patriots had a guy by the name of Sam Yankovic. He was the chief executive officer, the rookie chief executive officer for the New England Patriots. And there were many people, personnel directors, including personnel directors in the NFC East, who believed that Johnson had pretty much fleeced the New England Patriots out of the first overall pick. Okay, and so the Cowboys also had the 12th pick and the 14th pick in round 1. They traded the 11th and the 41st pick in the second round to the New England Patriots. And also they got 3 players in return: Ron Francis, Darren Howard, Eugene Lockhart. Not only did the Patriots make that trade with the Cowboys, but the year before, in the 1990 draft, they actually traded the 3rd and the 29th pick to Seattle for the 8th and the 10th pick in the first round of the 1990 draft, and a 3rd and a 4th in the 1990 NFL draft. Okay. And so Sam Yankovic, he was the athletic director at Miami while Jimmy Johnson was head coach. Okay. So Jimmy Johnson must have knew something about Sam Yankovic. Yeah, but so it was thought that the Cowboys would draft Rocket Ismail, but surprisingly, Ismail signed with the Canadian Football League. Okay, so then Johnson wanted someone who could contribute immediately. Okay, then they ended up drafting Russell Maryland. Okay, so not only did they draft Russell Maryland, they also got Larry Brown. They got Dixon Edwards, Leon Lett later in the 12th round. They drafted a guy by the name of James Richards. Okay. They drafted a guy by the name of James Richards in the 1991 draft. Never played for the Cowboys. But I do have the guy's rookie card. I'm going to have to show that to y'all in a feature video. But yeah, I guess the Lockhart trade made sense since Eugene Lockhart was moved from right linebacker to middle linebacker. I guess he had switched spots with Ken Norton during the 1990 season. And Johnson was going for more speed and quickness. So the replacement for Eugene Lockhart obviously was Dixon Edwards in the 1991 draft. Okay. So then you also had Vincent Smith, Ken Norton, and Jack Del Rio at linebacker too. So the Patriots ended up going. So the Patriots actually drafted Leonard Russell. Yeah, they drafted Leonard Russell, running back Leonard Russell, who was the offensive rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. And they improved from 1-15 to 6-10, while the Cowboys went 11-5, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, and of course, rest is history. So, not only did Johnson fleece the Vikings, but he also fleeced the New England Patriots too. So, that was 2 good deals that Johnson made in his first couple of years with the Cowboys. And not to mention, they also acquired Tony Casillas from the NFL Falcons too. Okay, so, all right, that's it. And that's all for Classic Cowboys Talk. I'm Sean Farrell. Peace out. God bless you all. See y'all on the next one. I'm gone.